What's going on, internet? My name is JB and I'm here today with my team builder for the week 1 of the PBL, a Professional Battlers League. We are going to be taking on Diet Tight, coach of the New Britain Rockruffs. He's a good buddy of mine. You should go check him out. His link will be in the description. So for this league and going forward, I'm going to try out and see if I like doing the whole team builder as a separate video from the actual battle. And like upload the team builder the day before. I'm gonna try it out. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like it or if it's gonna be a thing, but I wanted to try it out at least a few times, see if I like it, yada yada yada. So anyway, getting into this matchup, he has a very disgusting team, and he's a really good player, so this should be a fun one and a tough one at that. So yeah, really not looking forward to playing his team, so let's just go ahead and go over that real quick. He's got a Zygarde 50, Mega Gallade, Clefable, Crobat, Suicune, Jolteon, Lycanroc, Dusk, Snorlax, Fortress, Decidueye, and Moltres. He also has the Groundium Z at his disposal as a Z Crystal, so that's a pretty scary Z Crystal, especially when you have a Zygarde. Other Pokemon that could take advantage of it are like Snorlax or maybe even like Lycanroc. And if he wants to get real weird, he could be Z-Dig Jolteon, which I think would be hilarious, but I don't think that's too likely, but it is a possibility, something worth noting. It could be nice tech for my Gengar or something like that. But yeah, he's got a really good squad, a really gross, fat, disgusting core that it just doesn't look like it's going to be fun to deal with. So yeah, let's just go ahead and go over the squad. I want to give a couple shout outs before we do that though. Shout out to Dorian for helping me team build as usual. He give me his input, he's a good homie. And I want to give another shout out to Jetman99, who's another coach in the PBL who did my team this week, so shout out to him for that. And yeah, let's just go ahead and get into this. First off, we are bringing Daenerys, our Mega Latias, with Substitute, Calm Mind, Roost, and Psyshock. The 162 speed is for Jolly Zygarde, so I outspeed that and can hopefully not die to it. It's less so as like a setup, or to outspeed it in a 1v1, and more so to outspeed it when the Zygarde comes in on me, if it does. Obviously, I'm not going to stay in on the Zygarde because I can't OHKO it, unless the Zygarde's weakened, obviously, but yeah. The main thing behind this set is he has no reliable answers to Psyshock. His best resist is a Fortress, which is going to get worn down over time, and that's his only psychic resist on his team, is 40. Other than that, it's pretty free spam. And a good part, another good thing is Latias can actually set up on a lot of his team, including like a Crocoon. It's pretty good setup fodder for Crocoon. If he has Toxic on his Suicune, then it's not as good, but if he's just like standard Crocoon, it's setup fodder for Latias, because I set up Calm Minds alongside it, and Psyshock is hitting harder than anything he's hitting me with, because Psyshock hits physically defensive, obviously. That's why you always run Psyshock on your Calm Mind Mon, so it means it's also like sort of sets up on 40 if he doesn't have like Thunder Wave, which could be potentially annoying, but if I get a sub up on the turning goes for Thunder Wave, it sets up on that. And it actually eats a lot of hits before it breaks his sub, like unboosted Body Slam from Snorlax doesn't break my sub. Accelerock from non-banded or Life Orb Lycanroc doesn't break my sub. So if he's Focus Sash, that doesn't break my sub. What else was it? There was something else worth noting that didn't break my sub. Close Combat from Jolly. Mega Gallade doesn't break my sub. Volt Switch from Jolteon doesn't break my sub. There's a lot of stuff that does not break the sub because max HP. Latias with a little bit of defense is absolutely disgusting, and yeah, this thing has a very good chance of winning this game if I'm able to weaken or like get it set up. Basically, it has a little bit of a rough time, but like I said, there is some stuff on the team that is set up fodder. So if I get this thing set up, I'm looking for it to put in a ton of work. Next up, we have Frozone, our Weavile, rocking a Life Orb with moves Ice Shard, Low Kick, Knockoff, and Poison Jab. 179 speed is enough for Lycanroc and Mega Gallade. I can't outspeed Crobat or Jolteon ever, so I just decided to outspeed the next best thing. And then I slap the rest in bulk, which gives me enough, HP to just live some hits if I need to. Not a lot because I'm a Weavile, but hey, it's just a nice little bulk. Nowhere else to really put the EVs, so might as well be bulky. Ice Shot obviously for priority. Low Kick's very nice for stuff like Snorlax. Knockoff, good spam move, and then Poison Jab for Clefable rather. Pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, it can put in a lot of work against the team, especially stuff like Zygarde. He will out-prioritize me with Extreme Speed, but hey, I can still get off a big... I should live 1 Extreme Speed if he's not like boosted or something, and then I could get off an Ice Shard, do some damage. Knockoff's very good for like a Curse Lax or something, getting rid of its berry. so he can't keep fighting it. I'm pretty sure it works like that. I don't know if you knock it off if he can keep fighting it. I know if he uses it he can, but I'm not sure if you knock it off if it's actually gone for good. I also outspeed Lycanroc, so I outprioritize that with Ice Shard. I outprioritize it with Cell Rock, so I'm faster. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Next up, we got Grimace, our Gengar, rocking a Choice Scarf with Shadow Ball, Icy Wind, Sludge Wave, and Thunderbolt. We're actually modest because of max speed. We do outspeed Zygarde with Gengar, so we didn't really need speed for anything else. So it's nice. We can actually hit a little bit harder with the Scarf and still be faster than pretty much everything on his team. And just hit really freaking hard with modest stab, Shadow Balls, and Sludge Waves. Icy Wind's a really nice spam for like Gengar, and then we have Thunderbolt for the birds, man. For the birds, he's got a Crobat and Moltres as well as hitting Suicune, so that's nice as well. Yeah, just really good spam versus his team, and it made perfect sense. Next up, we have Bullseye, our Mudsdale, with Leftovers, Stealth Rock, Earthquake, Rock Slide, and Roar. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I've already played this game. This right here. This happened in the game. I actually have it on tempo because I forget that its first ability isn't stamina, but whatever. We had on tempo in the game, but we have a Stealth Rock, Earthquake, Rock Slide, and Roar. This thing is meant to sponge hits from its physical setup mons, such as, you know, the Zygarde, the Gallade, and it's just really nice for setup in general. It's good against, you know, Suicune as well as Clefable if he wants to set up with that. In Curse-Lax as well, or even Belly Drum Lax, whatever. It's really good against setup, being able to phase stuff out with Roar and just eat hits for days because it's got such great physical bulk. Stealth Rock, obviously, you want to get those up. His two of his three hazard removers are weak to Stealth Rock in the Crobat and the Moltres, so if we can get those up, that's going to be huge. And I don't necessarily see Fortress coming, but if he does bring that, you know, it's whatever. I really don't see him bringing 4 though. Anyway, he Rock Slide, good against the birds. Earthquake's nice spam for everything else. It helps with the Jolteon and it gives us something to hit that as well as the Lycanroc. And then again, like I said, Roar, good for phasing out his setup sweepers. So yeah, I expect Bullseye to have a mighty fine load on his shoulders this week. So moving on to our next one, and this is where we get a little bit technical with our sets. We have Wilbur, our Skarmory, with Defog, Drill Peck, Counter, and Roost. The 100 defense EV's Impish Nature allows us to live 2,000 arrows from Adamant Zygarde and kill with Counter. If he's banded, I still live the second one, but it's a little bit tougher. But yeah, I needed to be 100. 100 defense. Impish was the baseline for being able to kill with Counter after the second 1,000 arrows and still having enough bulk to take hits from other stuff should the need occur. So yeah, that's pretty much it for that set. Obviously, we have Defog to get rid of hazards, Drill Peck over Brave Bird. 1, because Brave Bird and Counter are incompatible, and 2, I didn't want to take Recoil from Brave Bird if I needed to click Counter later on, if the Zygarde was still around. But yeah, that's the baseline that I needed to hit to kill with Counter after the second 1,000 arrows, and that's what that's for. Then last but not least, we have a pretty self-explanatory Sylveon, nicknamed Wanda, of course with Fairly Odd Parents. We got Heal Bell, Wish, Hyper Voice, and Toxic. This is my main Mega Gallade check because Wilbur actually doesn't do a great job. Close Combat actually does a ton to Wilbur, so I needed something else to help check that. We have Grimace as well to Revenge Kill it, but Wanda is a pretty good switch in. If he's not at +2, Poison Jabs aren't doing a whole lot, and I can just click Hyper Voice, does a ton to it. And then I have Toxic to wear stuff like Snorlax, Suicune if it's not Rest, and like Zygarde or just anything I want to Toxic, obviously, just wear stuff like that down. Yeah, I really like my matchup. I think Latias has a fantastic chance of putting in a ton of work this game, and the rest of the team just, yeah, I feel like I put together a pretty good team. I feel like I probably could have done something better, not necessarily better, but something a little bit more conventional to do with Zygarde, but I actually really like the Skarmory tech. I think it's pretty fun. And yeah, it should be a really good battle, and I will see you guys when we get there tomorrow at around the same time, hopefully. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.